We've got three types of CSS. CSS is written in three styles. We have the inline CSS, the internal CSS, and external CSS. In this video, I'll be taking you through internal CSS. Later on, I'll proceed to I'll take you through inline CSS. Later on, I'll proceed to internal CSS, and then we shall finalize with external CSS. They may be different videos, or it will all be in this same video. So let's dive in. I will create an HTML project. I'll call it internal CSS, inline CSS, and I'll open this with code. Okay, we shall create an HTML file. Say index.html, and then I will create an HTML structure. If you remember well, this is a shortcut, shift 1. We get a complete HTML structure. So in this structure, I will write an h1 tag. I will write an h1 tag, and I will say inline CSS. In this, I will go live and see what we have. Okay, this is it. We have inline CSS over here. So how does inline CSS work? We come onto our h1 tag. We say style is equal to, then we can give it any style we want. I can say color. I'll say color, I give it red, and then I can say a font family, font size. I can say 34 pixels, and then I can say let's first see what do we have. Okay, this is it. So inline CSS, simple as this. I begin giving styles to your tags or anything. Let me say I have a div after this. A div is like a container or a section used here, and say I have a div, and in this div I have a p tag. I can say coming home. When we head to our browser, this is what we have, coming home. So I'll give this container styles. I'll say style, and I will give it a height. I'll give it a height of say 20 pixels, and then I will give it a width as well. I'll say width of as well 20 pixels. Let me see what I have. Okay, I'll first give it a background color. To see a background color, I'll give it let me give it aqua, and this is what we have. It is as small as this. I think we can give it we can adjust this. We can say 100 pixels and 100 pixels, and this is what we have. This is our div. I can make it a bit bigger. can give it 1000 pixels, 1000 pixels. I think this is what we have. It's again too huge. I'll give it 500 and 500 pixels. This is what we have. So this is my div, and inside it I can give it padding. I can as well give it padding. I can say padding. I can say padding. I can say padding to 20 pixels. Let me see. Okay, padding is applied, 20 pixels. Then inside this I have this p tag. I can as well give it styles. I say style, and I can give it font size. I can say font size, I can say large. I can give it a color of black. I can say color black, and then I can as well, what else can we give this? Okay, and the font size, let's give it in pixels. Let me say 50 pixels. I see how big it will be. Okay, this is it. So this is how we style. So just in case maybe I should get an image, I'll get an image. Do I have images on my machine? Okay, I happen to have no image, but then let me get one. I can say a car. I love cars. I can say it's a formatic Benz, one of my favorite, actually one of my favorite. I love it. This is it. It's a formatic Benz. Alright, I'll download this. Okay, after downloading this, I'll take it to our folder. This is from my stock. I'll take it to our folder. I think in the previous video I showed you guys how to work with images, how to include images in your project. Just drop it in your folder. So I will come, and below this div I'll create a div to hold our image. A shortcut for a div, when you press a dot, full stop, and you just press enter, you'll automatically create a div with this class attribute, but you can ignore that. You just take on the style, and in the style I will give it a padding. I'll give it a padding. I can set top and bottom, but then I want it all round. I'll just say padding 20 pixels, and then inside this we shall insert our image. Just write src, sorry, it's img. Okay, and the img, we have a source for our image, and when we say slash we shall take on this, and I think we have our image in the browser. Scroll down. Yeah, this is it. This is our Benz. So I'm going to style this image right here. First of all, I will give this a background color to see how much space it's taking. I will say background color. I will give it do we have slate? Okay, slate gray. take on slate gray, and this is it. It's covering the whole width. I will try to make it I will try to reduce width of this div. And I will give it a width of should I give it? I will give it a width of 500 pixels. Width, sorry, it should be in here. So width 500 pixels, width 500 pixels. I think it will reduce. So what we are going to do, what we shall do is we shall give a style to our image, and we will give it a width as well. We shall say width width of we can give it a percent, should we? Why not 50%? 50%, it should take up half of the div, its mother div. Yes, it is. Okay, so basically this is how we deal with inline CSS, and okay, inline CSS. And at this point, I think if I have a paragraph, I will list it right below this div. I say p, and then I'll say lorem. Lorem automatically generates usable content like words, whereby you have access to something like this minus tiresomely writing a lot. So I have this down here, and I'll try to style that. So I will have a style, and I will say padding. I will say padding right. Should I? No, I will say padding. That is entirely top, bottom, right, and left. I will say padding of 20. Sorry, let me take up 50 pixels, and I think we have this. Okay, that's okay. And then okay, I think that would be enough for you to understand the concept. Later on we shall apply. We must do about 5 working projects with HTML. Basically we shall be using these. I need you to get these concepts. We shall be using the inline CSS. We shall mix up with internal CSS and external CSS. So basically this is to show you how to implement this. So I will stop here for this, and forthcoming is internal CSS. Catch me up in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button, and don't forget to share so that we keep pushing.